Hi, this is Usha. Welcome to Rathod's IAS classes. Today in this video, we are going to address one important question. So one important question that always triggers in students' mind who want to pursue their career option as IAS or IPS. So that question is, what is this UPSC CSE? So to understand this, first we need to understand what is this UPSC. So in this video, we are going to see what is this UPSC, and later on we are going to discuss what is this UPSC CSE. So first, what is this UPSC? Especially if your dream career it is to pursue central government job, for example IAS or IPS, you need to definitely know about this UPSC. So what is this UPSC? UPSC stands for Union Public Service Commission. So what is the work of this UPSC? So important work of this UPSC, it is to recruit candidates. So it mainly works under recruitment agency for Government of India, and it recruits for Group 2 and as well as Group B post. These are high level posts at central government level. And here this UPSC recruits candidates, for example IAS, Indian Administrative Services, IPS, Indian Police Services, IFS, Indian Foreign Services, IRS, Revenue Services, IES, Economic Services, ESE, that is Engineering Services, and even for Defense Services. So here this UPSC will recruits for both civil services and as well as for defense services. So let us have a look over exams will be conducted by this UPSC for civil services and as well as for defense services. And these are the list of the exams which conducted by UPSC for selection into this civil services. As you all know, it is our civil services exam, that is CSE, that is for IAS, IPS, IFS, IRS. And next one is engineering services, that is ESE examination, engineering service examination. Next one is Indian Forestry Service examination, and next one is Central Armed Police Forces examination, Indian Economic Service and Indian Statistical Services. Next one is Combined Geoscientist and Geologist examination, Combined Medical Services, and even for railways, that is Special Railway Apprentice exam. And last one here is Limited Departmental Competitive Examination for selection of Assistant Commandant. Okay, so these are some list of examinations will be conducted by UPSC, especially for civil services. And UPSC will also conduct examinations to recruit students or selections for defense services. So they mainly include NDA, National Defense Academy, and next one is Combined Defense Services examination. So now let us try to see what is this UPSC CSE. Okay, so this is our main topic, that is UPSC Civil Service Examination. So as you all know, if you want to enter into prestigious India's top most civil services, for example IAS or IPS, so you need to clear this UPSC CSE, that is Union Public Service Commission Civil Service Examination. So this civil service examination, it is one of the most popular examinations which is conducted by this UPSC. And most commonly this UPSC CSE is also known as IAS exam. Through this exam, here UPSC will recruit candidates for about 24 top government services. So you have to remember, this is not only for IAS, IPS, IFS, IRS, but there are also other Group A, Group B posts also included. And if you are talking about examination, how this exam will be? So this exam will be in 3 stages. First one, it is your preliminary, second one is mains, and third one is your interview. So in this preliminary stage, you will be having objective type of questions, and you will be having 2 papers. In the morning, that is GS, in afternoon, that is CSAT, and these 2 papers are objective type. And next exam, after clearing this prelims, you will be called for mains. So this mains will be entirely descriptive, and in mains you will be having 9 papers. And next one is, after clearing this mains, you will be called for interview. So next one is third level, that is personality test. So in these 3 levels, UPSC will conduct exam for this civil services. And examination window, it is extends around 10 to 12 months. So entire this examination process will be in 10 to 12 months. So first, what happened in the month of June? Around month of June, you will be having prelims. After prelims, after 3 months, you will be having your mains. And after mains, you will be having your interview. So entire process till your result is announced, it will take around 10 to 12 months. So you will be having examination window, that is 10 to 12 months. So before this 10 to 12 months, you need to start your preparation at least 1.5 years before. And if you're talking about prelims, so as I said, so there will be paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1, it is about general studies, and paper 2, it is about aptitude, okay, quantitative aptitude, and even that will include English as well. So in this general studies, you will be having different subjects like your polity, history, geography, and even science and technology, environment, etc. And you will be getting 100 objective type of questions. And whatever the marks you are getting here, that will be considered as your cutoff. And there will be also negative marking. So this is one important thing. And next one, it is your CSAT. CSAT, it is normally aptitude test, and you will be having only 80 questions, not 100, only 80 questions, and total marks is 200. And here just you need to qualify this exam. To qualify this exam, you need to get just 33%, okay. And now let us move on to mains. In mains, you will be having 9 papers, and these 9 papers are descriptive. And after clearing this mains, you will be called for your interview. And now let us try to address one important question, that is, what is the age limit for UPSC? So if you see normal age limit, that will be from 21 to 32 years. So minimum you need to attain 21 years, and generally it is 32 years, but there will be some age relaxations for different sections. For example, SC and ST category, there will be 5 years of relaxation. For OBC, it will be 3 years of relaxation. So to attempt this IAS exam, the candidate should have crossed 21 years. So on which date? That is by August 1st, the year which he or she decided to attempt the exam. That means if you decide exam to give in 2023, that means in 2023 August, you have to attain 21 years as per this August 1. So if you are 1 day which is less, it is also not acceptable. And next one is upper limit. So upper limit, it is 32 for general category, and for OBC there is 3 years of relaxation, that means upper limit will be 35, and for SC and ST that is 5 years of relaxation, that is 37 will be the upper age limit. And there will be also some additional relaxations are provided for certain special cases. You can refer in UPSC guidelines, okay. And if you see what is the educational requirement, so UPSC CSE, to write this examination, you have to complete graduation, either it may be from maths or science or even arts, so whichever the background you are coming from, but you have to complete minimum basic graduation. And why I recommend to choose this as a career option? So if you are preparing to get any government job in your state, for example, if you are preparing for your state services, okay, state services means the frequency of examination is not conducting every year, but here UPSC will conduct this exam every year. The frequency will be every year. So you will be having higher chances to clear this exam if you are correctly and properly preparing for this exam with a proper strategy. Okay, so this is about what is this UPSC, and this video, it is very helpful for especially beginners. For example, who want to choose this career option as IAS or IPS, IFS from 10th class or from intermediate or from graduate level. So I hope you understand what is this UPSC. By this I am concluding. Thank you so much.